Potomac Aviation Technology, meeting airport innovations for the real world since 1996. Imagine a self-contained, solar-powered artificial intelligence that listens and speaks with pilots, sharing any airport's radio frequency like an intelligent human being, providing tower-like services to any sized airport or heliport during peak or quiet times anywhere on Earth. MicroTower is an expert system with built-in knowledge of airport, heliport, and even flight operations, made aware of the world around it through an array of built-in sensors, including a built-in AWOS. Let me show you some of its unique features. MicroTower provides 4 primary services to pilots. It greets inbound pilots, informing them of its presence and how to use it. It provides complete advisories, including required weather, traffic, and other information. A complete 2-way radio check, and pre-flight planning information for pilots. As I'm approaching any airport, my first concern is to avoid a mid-air collision. Because I've just turned to the frequency, I have no idea what other aircraft may already be in the area or what they're doing. The thing I don't want to do is go off the airport frequency. With MicroTower, I stay right on the frequency, listening for traffic. When it's this quiet, I always make a blind call to the frequency. A6121 inbound request advisory.
Good evening. This is Potomac Airfield Automated Advisory. Wind 280 at 4. Altimeter 3002. Conditions favor runway 24 right. Traffic. Pilot's discretion.
MicroTower actually noticed that no one else responded to me, so it did. MicroTower just gave me all the information I need. The runway with the best headwind for landing or takeoff, a reminder to use right traffic for runway 24, and pilot's discretion tells me there's probably no one else in the area, so I can now set up for runway 24.
For further services, click your mic 3 times for an advisory, 4 times for radio check.
Because the frequency was quiet, in addition to greeting me, the system also decided there was time to explain how to use it. 3 clicks activates an advisory.
Potomac Airfield Automated Advisory. Wind 280 at 4. Altimeter 3002.
Notice how the message became shorter. Most of the time, you will just get the most minimal information. MicroTower adds other parameters only as they become important, like visibility or density altitude. If they're not important, it drops them out of the Unicom chatter entirely.
Potomac Airfield Updated Advisory. Wind now 280 at 21. Caution crosswind wind shear.
MicroTower even understands how conditions affect the pilot. Because the wind shifted significantly since last call, MicroTower gave me an automatic heads up that things would change. Crosswind tells me to anticipate a strong wind component across the runway. Wind shear means I can expect significant fluctuations in my airspeed on final. Because of these warnings, I can plan accordingly, ensuring the greatest margin of safety. Staying on Unicom, I can maintain continuous traffic awareness by listening to the position reports of other aircraft. MicroTower brings the other information right onto the frequency, so I can keep monitoring for other traffic. When the airport gets busy, MicroTower adapts the transmissions, only giving the most critical information based on what the pilot needs right now, adjusted for the level of frequency congestion. It gives me just the information I need at just the time I need it. MicroTower is continuously adapting the balance between safety, information, and congestion.
Potomac Airfield Automated Advisory. Wind 280 at 4. Altimeter 3002. For runway, listen for traffic.
Listen for traffic tells me there are other aircraft in the airport area, so I need to pay attention to what those aircraft are doing. In low visibility IFR conditions like this, I can't see anything outside. My course comes from following electronic signals like GPS and VORs. When I'm ready to land at my destination airport, I descend down that airport's published instrument approach procedure, an electronic 3D course, which takes me safely down to just above the runway. If I can see the airport before I get to the bottom of the procedure, decision height on an ILS or minimum descent altitude on a non-precision approach, I land. If I get to the bottom of the procedure and can't see the airport, I go missed approach and either try again or go elsewhere. When visibility becomes important, MicroTower adds visibility to its message.
Potomac Airfield Automated Advisory. Wind 280 at 5. Visibility 2 miles. Altimeter 3002.
All IFR operations need local altimeter settings to maintain clearance from unseen obstructions below. Commercial operators also need to know the visibilities above minimums before they're authorized to start down the approach. MicroTower's already told me I'll be well above minimums upon landing. Every flight is a series of decisions. At the airport, my first decision is to determine which runway gives better headwinds, to shorten my takeoff roll, and to maximize my rate of climb. MicroTower only answers with the most critical information. But if I want to force all of the weather information, I can simply follow the first request with another 3 clicks.
Potomac Airfield Automated Advisory. Wind 280 at 5. Visibility 2 miles. Altimeter 3002. Potomac Airfield Extended Advisory. Wind 280 at 14. Visibility 2 miles. Altimeter 3002. Temperature -8 Celsius. Density altitude 7,500.
Once I leave the ground, my only contact with other aircraft or air traffic control will be through my radios. Therefore, before I take off, just like I always make sure my controls are free and correct, I also confirm I'm transmitting and receiving clearly with a radio check. This is especially critical for IFR operations or in a training environment where loss of comm, only discovered after takeoff, can suddenly become critical. 4 clicks activates the radio check.
Transmit radio check.
6121 radio check. 6121 radio check.
Power 8 of 10.
MicroTower's unique echo check allows me to actually hear how my transmissions are sent and received by others listening to my aircraft. If the frequency isn't too busy, MicroTower adds a relative power figure, which is a great way to spot a radio problem before I take off. When high temperatures or high altitude significantly affect aircraft takeoff performance, MicroTower adds a warning of density altitude to my pre-takeoff radio check when time on frequency permits.
Transmit radio check.
6121 check. 6121 check.
Caution. Density altitude 7,500.
This is a real lifesaver, especially at high altitude airports where most density altitude accidents occur. If the frequency gets busy, there's another way to do a really quick radio check though. Just click 4 times to start the radio check message immediately. 86121 radio check. Or 86121 radio check. November 86121, departing runway 24. MicroTower does something else special. It detects aircraft 1215 MHz ELTs, which no one else is listening to anymore. It's reassuring to know that if you have an accident late at night when nobody's around, MicroTower scans for your aircraft's ELT and reports directly to Air Force Rescue for the quickest coordinated response. For flight planning, pilots need to know what to expect en route and at their destination. MicroTower weather information is gathered together by satellite or servers, where it's available to pilots by telephone and by web, and over an ever-expanding list of additional weather networks. When forecasts suggest IFR conditions are likely, pilots are required to file a backup or alternate airport if they can't make it to their primary destination. Private and commercial operators are all authorized to use any and all forecasts to make this determination. MicroTower has over 100 locations worldwide providing tower-like services, palace heliports in the Middle East to airports in the heart of Africa, serving rural communities from Indonesia to Asia and all across America, children's hospital, military forces here and overseas, airports and heliports, large and small. MicroTower enables tourism, commerce, emergency preparedness, and disaster recovery through safe flight operations 24/7 anywhere on Earth. For more information, you can visit our website at potomacaviation.com or call us 202-575-5700. Thank you.